This review contains spoilers.
You have been warned.
Hi dude! The time has come to review the long-awaited sequel of the smashing box office hit, The Lost World. It was released 4 years after the original and people went nuts. A sequel? How? It turns out that Spielberg almost begged Crichton to write a sequel of the novel. He didn't want to, but he did it anyway. And it was fantastic. A side note, when I was a young dude, I told my cousins that there was a new movie coming out and it will include the flying ones and the stegosaurs. I didn't know nothing at all. I lied, but it turned out that I was right. Who knew, right? Imagine my fear when the movie was almost over and the flying guys were nowhere to be found. And then, the last shot is exactly that. For me, that shot is saying that the next step in evolution aren't birds, like in the first one, but prehistoric beasts now. Is the time of the dinosaurs. So this next episode is no longer about Dr. Grant, his girlfriend, the 2 kids. It's about how ambition with ignorance leads to ruin. Also, we see again the old dude and the cool dude. This dude. Yeah, you like it, ladies, don't ya? Then form a line because you could be the next future Miss X's Malcolm. It's also about how Hammond lost his privilege over Ingen and the park because of an accident on an island, and how the new CEO, his annoying nephew that can absolutely pass as a distasteful school teacher, takes over the company. So Hammond calls Ian and he explains the situation to him and that a group of people are hired to take photos and save the animals of being bothered. But after Mr. Cool Guy here finds out that among these people his girlfriend Sarah is in it, he tries to prevent her from going, so he calls her, but it's too late of course, so he ends up going, and his kid too, because marketing. But this time there is no park, and it's not the same island. This time it's dinosaurs roaming free on a place called Site B, or Isla Sorna, or Las Cinco Muertes.
All the islands, Las Cinco Muertes.
What does that mean?
It means you're bold. Nah. And it turns out that Hammond's nephew arrives also because
Hammond sent 2 teams!
Lovely. But he wants to collect a great number of dinosaurs and take them off the island and put them on a zoo in San Diego. Because, FYI, one of the greatest zoos out there is in San Diego. So the competition is evident. Now the question, is it any good? It is. It doesn't focus, at first glance, on the wonder and awe of the dinosaurs, but in the idea that the world is evolving, and so the relationship between humans and dinosaurs. Humans aren't afraid of them anymore, or so they thought. Like in the first one, the special effects stood the test of time, both visually and practical effects. The music has this, I don't know if this is the right word to describe it, but it has this obscure tone to it, like the inevitable is about to happen and there is nothing anyone can do to outrun it. It holds the tension very good. The action speaks the emotion of the moment, and the characters add the weight of fear and wonder it requires. It's more fast-pacing than the first one, and because of that, it can feel a little more convoluted, in the sense that it's not a single line in the story. The baby T-Rex gets injured, we have a group that tries to save the dinosaurs. I mean, it's a no-brainer. But the way it's edited, it can easily lose the audience. But also it's because almost everything happens at night. I remember that was one of the biggest complaints of the movie, because you couldn't see the action very well as the dinosaurs. We get to see that the bad guys get what they deserved, but also we see a lot of non-deserved ones. And to see that, it pays off, because these are animals. They are not judge, jury and executioner. They just do what they do. Again. I really think the kid was unnecessary this time. With Ian and his girlfriend was enough. It also has these cliché and cheesy lines that try to relieve the tension. I say try, because the only thing that they made me do is to roll my eyes way up. And there are scenes that make me say, what? How? When? Why? But I think this sequel holds up to the level of the first. it goes so far to bring you another and cooler T-Rex breakout, this time in the one and only San Diego. The T-Rex even eats the rider if you don't like the story so much. It has some outstanding moments, the kind of moments that you remember with joy, like the cliff scene, the Compass kill, the long grass scene, the already mentioned San Diego outbreak, and many others. For a fan like me, it's a jewel. And as a normal human being that likes to see a movie from time to time, it sure is a nice flick to see. I'll give The Lost World Jurassic Park a cool bro fist, 8 out of 10. Stay tuned for their Jurassic Park 3 review. In the meantime, stay cool, dude.